Hi, I'm Louise Reed from louisereed.net, and today I wanted to talk about self-love because this is something we have discussed with having boundaries, and it's really important. So to find out more, keep watching. So what is the definition of self-love? I thought, you know what, I'm going to look up the definition from the ultimate source, that being Wikipedia. So I've got it here today and I'm going to read it to you. Let's check it out. So this is saying it defines its love of self in regards to one's own happiness or advantage. And it's interesting because it's actually conceptualized as a basic human necessity. It's also looked at as being vain and selfish. So it's interesting that we've got the two sides of the coin, being one human right and the other, if we have self-love, that means we love ourselves and we don't really. Today, though, I actually want to put it to you that it is a basic human necessity. Why, you ask? Let's go. We're all meant to contribute to our family, to our community. We usually are way down the list. But how are we actually meant to do that if we don't look after ourselves? And to do that, you would need a certain amount of self, both a positive and a negative. But I can talk about how I was raised. I was raised to always put people first. I was raised to be a good little girl, as many other people. Good girl, good boy. We were raised to be good, to put people first. And I know that when I grew up, if we burnt the toast as women, then we were meant to take the burnt piece of toast and everyone else would get the good piece of toast. Or if there's like a small scraggly bit at the end, we get the small scraggly bit and everyone else gets gets to change this program when we get older. And then we end up in relationships where we're still putting ourselves first. Often it means that we don't look after ourselves, that we don't end up doing things to make ourselves feel good because we have to put ourselves last as per the program that we had when we were. The thing is that if we are to help other people, how can we do that if we don't look after ourselves or put ourselves first? If we're sick, we run ourselves into the ground. Who's going to look after the kids? Who's going to look after mum and dad if you're in the sandwich generation, or your husband or partner, or for whatever reason? We can't do it because we ourselves are running to the ground, or we keep doing it and we're up. So what are some of the things that we can do to start to build our self-love? Because, guilt's a real life thing. Mother guilt, father guilt, any guilt, we're raised. So something that I do sometimes is I just close my eyes. I just feel inside my body. Just feel like, where do I feel? Do I feel sick in the stomach? Do I feel happy? That's fantastic. But if we don't, we need to start delving into why that is and to try and find some strategies on how to do it. Physiological reason why we may feel stressed in our stomach, we might feel sick, but it's a physiological thing. We have a sympathetic nervous system, and that's like our primitive side. So we have cortisol running through our body, through our adrenal glands, and that's nature's way of making sure that we survive. So if a tiger comes along, that we're able to just sort of take off and escape from that tiger. If a truck is bearing down on us, that maybe we'll jump out of the way rather than just stand there. But it's something that we really don't need to be going on all the time, which in our current society is actually what happens. And so we end up being run down because our body is depleted of cortisol. We're constantly feeling that adrenaline rush to say, quick, which way do I go? And that means that it's really bad for our body, and we need to find a way to deal with that so that it's both a physiological and a psychological. So what can we do to start to try and turn that around? Well, there's a few things. One is, when you wake up, start to just take stock of how you're feeling. Like I said, close your eyes, feel inside your body, and just feel if there's tension there. Give yourself 5 or 10 minutes every day to start with, just for you, whether it's just to sit quietly somewhere, to go out into the garden, to do deep breathing or meditation. You could just do 10-minute meditation every day. And if you're not sure how to do that, there's lots and lots of meditations on YouTube that you don't have to pay for. They're free and they're for all kinds of things. You can do it for stress and anxiety, for relationships, to attract love into your life, for abundance, and thousands more. Anything you can think of, you can do a meditation. What are the benefits? Some of the benefits are you'll start to feel happier. You'll wake up in the morning more relaxed. Maybe instead of feeling stressed and anxiety, or maybe resentful when you have to do your daily tasks, you'll start to feel more enjoyable. You've now got a new feeling of relaxation, happiness, and a reduction in stress and anxiety. It's actually better for your body. It means that you've got less chance of getting illness because you're going to have a reinforced. You can also now start to feel in your body and be more aware of where you're at. Like if you're feeling the stress and anxiety, you can start to ask yourself, what's going on? Is there something that you need to remove from your life if you're constantly feeling this way? So these are just some things that you can do now that are just a good starting point. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You're not going to suddenly necessarily start to feel like, wow, I've got self-love. But it's something that if you keep working on like a muscle, it'll get stronger and stronger. And along with this, your boundaries will get stronger. You're worth all the love in the world. So thank you for watching my video today. I really appreciate it. So if you have any comments that you'd like to leave, please leave them below. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.